Well, good day. Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show on the Go. I'm your host, Bobby Bob TV Brown. Well, fullback, future Football Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame, linebacker for the Green Bay Packers, for the Washington Generals, Simone Sanders. And she used to be I met her before back in the day, man, and she, man, it's like she morphed into this creature. This big shoulder creature, big shoulder, big boobies, monstrous boobies and shoulders, that if she hits you, boy, it's going to break you in half. Well, she has a new name. She recently got married. Congratulations to a dude. Thought it'd be a female, I'm just saying, I just thought it was going to be a female, man, because she looked mighty manly. She looked mighty manly. She looked mighty manly. I'm telling you, she should put on the shoulder pad and some tights and some cleats. You wouldn't even know that was a woman. I'm telling you. Anyway, nevertheless, Simone Sanders has always been a type of person, just because she got some prestige and fame by being homegrown to be a political leader, that she's above everybody else. Started off in the Bernie Sanders campaign, got some prominency there as his chief spokesperson until Nina Turner came and took up the spotlight. I've been having my problem with her lately, Nina Turner. And then she totally went away from progressive, which means she ain't no progressive. She's an opportunist. Simone Sanders don't care nothing about progressive policy. She don't care nothing about $15 minimum wage. Blah, blah. She don't care about none of that stuff. All she care about is that purse. All she care about is that money bag. All she care about that dollar and what position I can get. I don't care who I got to tackle to get it. Literally tackle. She literally tackled some dairy farmers who was protesting Joe Biden, kissing his behind. This lady is a traitor to her race. She is a doggone shame. And see, this is the problem, and I'm going to talk to you people heart to heart. This is the problem, and I'm going to do a collage, a film of condescending black political leaders talking down on us, feeling comfortable they can do that to us, and thinking they're not going to get no pushback. They feel I got it made. I got all these elitists. They tap my shoulder. They're rubbing my shoulder. They're grooming me to take these positions. Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, Mr. Throw That D, Pop That Coochie, is running for office. But hey, if Trump can do it, I guess he can do it. Nah, I can't say that, because Trump, massive success in real estate. I mean, putting out some nasty records and making millions don't necessarily make you smart. Talented, gifted in that area, but that don't mean you got the smarts to legislate. But who knows? I don't know Luther Campbell. I don't know him like that. But Mr. Pop That Coochie. Throw that D. Throw that D. Running for office in Florida. We got to stop allowing these politicians to down talk us. And I'm going to do a video of black politicians, bootlickers, butter biscuit eaters, rats, and coons doing whatever they can to steer you in the direction to continue to support white supremacy, whether it's on the left or the right. Here's Simone Sanders talking about why we would be dumb and foolish not to vote in this election. Nobody's saying that they're not going to vote. We're just saying we're not going to vote for you. We're not going to vote for you. And if it comes to a position where I have to choose, we don't do the lesser two evil days are done, son. Because we realize all it do is give us evil. You need to start giving us the lesser of the greater of the greatest to vote for. And right now in this next election, in the primaries, they thinking they're going to get a blue wave and red blood is just going to take over. Because they're not taking care of their constituents. All they want to do is sit there and cover up for Joe Biden instead of putting his feet to the fire to make him get up and start doing something. Especially for black people. Especially for FBA Freedmen ADOS. And now here is time for the primary, time for the midterms. And as usual, they bringing out everything. If you don't support me, I ain't black. You ain't black. Stop talking like a Republican, Charlemagne the God. You're questioning a Democrat, so you're talking like a Republican. Charlemagne should have shut her mouth up. Man, who the hell are you talking to? I know you're the vice president, but who the hell are you talking to? Just because I'm putting you in a hot seat and asking you some question about two people who seem like they run in the Democratic Party and not you. Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, who seem like they the president. Stop talking like a Republican. Joe Biden's the president and I'm the vice president. Stop talking like a Republican. Who says that's a Republican talking point? The man just asking you some question and holding your feet to the fire. Now, we all know that Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema is President Biden's beard. President Biden's policy has always been lock stock with them and not progressives, not leftists. Always been lock stock right, center right wing Democrats. Always been that way. What they call the new Democrats back in the 90s. Always been that, which is really a lightweight Republican. Even Barack Obama said it, and I showed you the video. Look here, back in Ronald Reagan days, I'll be considered a moderate Republican. He said that. And you want to try to school people, and we know who her audiences normally is. Normally black women, some moist men, your Jonathan Capeharts type dudes, and you might get a few straight guys that's born and bred Democrat, like it's a religion, like it's a cult, just like these idiots that's born and bred Republican. I'm a black Republican. I live and die. You fool. Brother Nelly Fuller said, white supremacy say take both sides of the aisle. They'll take both sides and ask black people to take it with them. When Malcolm X said, you need there's the fox and the and the wolf. At least I know I can see the wolf coming. But that fox will be right up on you, and he looks so cute, and he'll tear your behind up. And we got these people right here, people like Simone Sanders, who thought she was going to be the next press secretary, and they gave it to Karine Jean-Pierre. And the reason they gave it to her is because, number one, let's be truthful, she's not desirable. What you look like having Jim Brown with a wig? Well, I can't say with a wig because she got a low cut. And look, my lady got a low cut. It is what it is. But she looking like Jim Brown, female Jim Brown up there, and her mouth is more on the ratchet ghetto side, and Jean-Pierre is more on the sophisticated. And look, I just did a video on her. I'm not no fan of her. Get out of here with that. All she do is read off the freaking paper. They got on Obama. Obama reading from a teleprompter. Obama, the man didn't need no teleprompter. The man was gifted with his mouth. This woman, all she do is read and look up. Read and look up. Prep the questions and answer the questions that they prep. Read and look up. But these are the people they're going to use during the midterm all the way to the presidential election to try to shame you. They're going to try to get you Out of talking about B1, out of talking about a black agenda, out of talking about reparation, out of talking about the things you want, things you desire, the things you need in your community, and get you to focus on all people. We as American. Now, we done done that we as American stuff. Everybody's getting the bag but black people. And they're going to use, of all nerves, the Democratic Party. I mean, I will get on the Republican Party for it, but they only got like a few Negroes that they can say or do that for them. But Democrat Party got a army of Negroes. The congressional black talkers. I call them the Congressional Congress. Most of them immigrants trying to tell black people who are foundational to this country how it's going to go. Are you freaking kidding me? Like they say about Eminem and his rap skill, you're a guest in the house. Shut up. They're going to bring out all these black people to down talk you. And what you got to do is don't let them. Who in the hell are you to talk to me like that? I put you in office. Like my mama say, I brought you in this world, I could take you out. I put you in that seat, I could take you out of that seat. And right now, they're starting to show that because Joe Biden numbers are in the tankers, man. The WB Frog will run against him and win right now. Kamala Harris is even worse in the tanker. If it weren't for Joe Biden, she would have been toast. Her approval rating as state senator, U.S. senator in California was in the dump. Joe Biden had to save her. I don't know too many people like her. Maybe some ski sorority women, they love her. Chucks and pearls. But most people I know ain't in no Kamala Harris. And don't bring up Pete Buttigieg. Oh, we can have our first gay president. Don't bring up Pete Buttigieg. He couldn't even do well as a mayor. He's responsible for a lot of sick people in his town as mayor because he wouldn't do nothing about the water situation there. And when black people confronted him about it, he just pretty much told him to kiss his behind. I ain't got time for that. I gotta go. So they're in trouble. So they got to go to the old playbook of fear and shame. Fear and shame. They're going to call you a Russian bot. They're going to say you're a trumpeter. They're going to say, oh, you're a right winger, you're a drifter. They're going to call you all kind of names but a child of God. And what you need to do is give them what they give you. The same energy they give you, you give it back to them. No, you're a grifter. Especially black politicians. You not check your skin, bruh. Cause seem like you done a million things for this community over here, and yet to do one thing over here. You over here, AOC, all the way in Texas, trying to give these people aid when there's people in the Bronx ain't got no aid. You got to push back on her. She know me because I've been in her face a couple of times. She run away when she see me. Because I'm not going to have it. And I was a part of her first campaign. Like an idiot. Like George Bush said, fool me once. You can fool me once, but you can't fool me again. Sold out, man. You got these politicians sold out. Nina Turner said out. She talked more about student loan debt than giving aid to her black community, her people. And she's not even running for office. I can see you talking progressive talking points because you're running for office. You lost twice. Whether they rigged it, well, whatever. The point is, you're not in office. That chick was. So you don't have to keep talking that progressive talk. You don't have to keep kissing Bernie Sanders behind. Your number one priority is to your people, whether you like it or not. All right, so I'm going to get into Simone Sanders and her trying to educate us and tell us, kind of like Roland Martin, can't get enough of that show, Golden Crisp, kind of like Sugar Bear, Vote like your life depend on it. Man, we've been doing that and nothing's changed for our life, man. Not saying it's not important to vote, but I ain't got to vote for you. I already know to vote, but that ain't mean I'm voting for you. Well, who you gonna vote for? You a Republican? I ain't got to vote for them either. I'm nothing. I'm a man. Like Roland Martin said when the white supremacists got in his face. What? Aren't you a black man? No, I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a Christian. He wouldn't even admit being black. He wouldn't even admit being half Haitian and half ADOS. At least I think that's what he is. You're going to have Roland Martin, people like him, his panel, calling you simple-minded mother, his words, stuck on stupid. You're going to have Obama, they're going to try to bomb out, and he's going to say, you're insult. He's going to call you insult. He said, if you don't vote for Hillary Clinton, you're insult to his legacy. Bro, you ain't got that much of a legacy. Come on, dog. The first person you looked out for were white women, people like your mama. But it was the black community that got you in that office. Black people got Joe Biden in office, and the first people who he looked out for the LGBTQ community with the can't think of the name of the bill right now. The Dreamers and everybody but black. That's all I can say. He looked at the Asian crime bill, all that. He looked out for everybody. Ain't done nothing for you, but black people, I hear you. I hear you. If it was not for the African community, I would not be here. But you go into a closed Zoom meeting and talk to black preachers and black leaders in the community like a dog. You need to worry about these Latinos. No, you need to worry about them because a lot of them are going Republican. So stop looking at us and tell us what we need to worry about. You letting all these Latinos coming in, and a lot of them going on the Republican side. Why? Why are they going on the Republican side? Because they have value. They have a value system that kind of matches theirs. They don't have an anything goes mentality. You can have sex with anything. You can be anything. You can be a car today. If you want to identify as a car, identify as a car today. Do what you like. Which is a major law in the Satanic Bible. Do what you will is the whole of the law. Those people's values are family values. They believe in family. They believe in culture. That's why they do whatever they can to get all their family over here, because they believe in family. We try to destroy the family. Anyway, let me get into this. Again, what I'm saying, these bootlicks, these sapsuckers, they've been down talking y'all, and y'all not pushing back. Some of y'all are. Don't you dare let a elected official talk to you, down talk you. Charlemagne? I get it. You fear that they have the power to take your money back. All right, let me let her say what she got to say. It's gonna be real quick. Yeah.
Voting is the single most important tool in our toolbox in the fight for social justice. And if you don't use it, protests mean nothing.
Hold up, baby. If you don't use the tool of voting, protest means nothing. We got more things done by protesting than voting. When black people was not even in the high elected offices like that, it was protesting. It was pushback. It was freaking sit-ins and shut-ins and blockades and all that kind of stuff that got these laws passed. It wasn't just voting. Again, folks, I'm not against voting, but they got to stop giving you this copy-mamie crap that's the only way to get things done. That's one way. There are many ways to push back on this government that start listening to you and answering you. Let me calm down, man, before my blood pressure go up. They're going to be pushing the same bull crap for the next 3 years. It's important to vote. It's important to research who you're voting for. I don't care if it's from dog catcher to the judge to the state senator to your local councilman. You find out who this person is. You find out their past, present, and what they propose in the future. And if they don't have nothing in there concerning you, why are you voting for them? Well, you got to vote for somebody. No, you don't. Now, if they support, if they got a great past, they got a great present, and they propose to do some things for you, and they got a track record in the community of pushing for these things, a history, that's your guy, that's your girl. It don't matter whether they Democrat or Republican. If they got a track record of doing stuff. I'm from Virginia. I've seen Forbes do more in the black community in Virginia than Bobby Scott. Black Democrat. Been holding on that seat for a long time. Because black people comfortable with him. Man ain't did nothing for his community. Now, am I on for? I don't give a crap who you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what party you are. If I see you out there getting it done for certain communities, especially the black community, and the amount of money you lobbied for to get to come to the community, like we've been trying to get AOC to get money for after school programming. She's sitting up there going to do stuff for Texans when she need to get her butt back over here. And these unions been asking her to come rally with her. She wait till they doggone near already a union to decide to come and say, yay, look what we done. You need to do jack. Get out of here. Don't let these media puppets, don't let these politicians try to control you and tell you what to do. You turn around and control them and tell them what they need to do. Now look at her. Titties in 3D, all in my face right now. Man, them titties so big. Oh, she about to blind me, man. I'm like the pastor in the church, Sister Elder Weeze. Cover up that sister. She got her breasts popping all out like popcorn. Cover them suckers up. You on national news with your titties popping out. Your fade tighter than mine. Come on. Look, I wouldn't have no problem with Simone Sanders, but I know her game. And look, I've told you before, I've met Simone. I've had coffee with Simone. You know, I got Simone email. I got Simone numbers. I wouldn't call it if you put a gun to me, because she sold out, man. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard not to, but you gotta fight, man. I don't know if those two breasts or do she got two people heads. Let me stop. Let me keep going. Yeah, dog, boy. It's like virtual reality up in this joint.
If you do not vote, advocacy means nothing.
If you do not vote, advocacy means nothing. Baby, we've been advocacying and getting things done before we got to vote. You got the black community growing, saying, we're not necessarily saying no black agenda, no vote. When we say no black agenda, no vote, we're really saying if you ain't got no black agenda, we ain't voting for you. Now, a person who got a black agenda, we gonna vote for you. Malcolm X didn't teach us vote like your life depending on it, like you just vote like it's like you breathe. Malcolm X taught us that voting is a commodity. It's a business transaction. Every community knows this. That's why you can get the Asian who don't even vote on the level that we do to get more done than we did. That's why you got the LGBT community. They got freaking flags flying around the whole Rockefeller ring. And I ain't never seen not one African flag. I haven't seen a Latino flag. I haven't seen no Dominican flag. None of that. The whole month, Latinos had the whole freaking rink, skating rink, with rainbow flags all over. All the businesses had rainbow in Bank of America, UGG shoes, everywhere. Walgreens. Because they're telling them, look, you ain't gonna get nothing. We will push back. We will put the pressure on you. If you don't do this, they don't just say vote and we're gonna vote for you to do this. They say, nah, these are demands, and if you want our vote, you got to commit to this. And not only commit to this, you got to start speaking up loud for LGBT issues. And guess what? They speak more loud about LGBT issues than black issues up in Washington, D.C. And they don't even vote nowhere near on the level we are. And we got a lot of black people in that community that would choose that community over black. And they black. Blacker than black. Mama black, cousin black. They and probably a few siblings in the family are LGBTQ. The rest of the black people in the family are straight, and they'll rather choose the LGBTQ community over the black community in their legislative agenda. They'll side with the LGBTQ over the black agenda over the black agenda. Black people, black, queer, straight, whatever. Which is a shame. You never choose a community over the one that you were born and reside in. Well, I live in the white neighborhood, Brown. What are you talking about? Oh, man, I left the hood a long time ago. Yeah, your family is black, and I guarantee most of them ain't left.
And the reality is, the vote is the most precious and important tool we have.
If the vote is the most precious, important tool to have, you need to be doing whatever you can to get it instead of just telling people, go do it, go do it, go. Yee, hurry up, go. No. Since you say it's precious, and as Malcolm X called it, a commodity, let's make a deal. You want this vote? What you got on my 40, homie? I kind of feel sorry in a sense for some of these bootlegs because they feel under pressure. If you cannot bring Biden and all the Democrats the black vote, you ain't got no job on this network. I know that feeling. You work on a trial basis, you work on performance, and if you don't perform like a monkey and get through that hoop with the fire without getting burnt, you got to go. Because you're a liability. And I can be tempted to feel sorry for Simone Sanders and what her name, Joy Reid, and all these bootlicks, and I can be tempted, but I ain't that tempted. This is what you were going for. The whole reason that Keisha Bottom B scald black people who were out there protesting in the Black Lives Movement is because that was her town. That was their town, her town that they were rioting. So she had to get up there and talk to them like little children, tell them to stop and go home because it was making her mayorship look bad. And she was more concerned about the CNN building than those people out there protesting. And the reason why. Forget why you was protesting. I've been trying to get a job at CNN, and the nerves of you to throw Molotov cocktails out at the building, and I'm mayor. This building is my town. It is my job to protect them so I can protect my future there. Now, we all know she got a job there before Biden tapped her to be the president-in-chief for getting black people back on the plantation, so to speak. She recently got hired as community director in the White House to communicate outside the White House. But the way she's doing it is she having people come to the White House instead of she taking her butt out the White House and go to the people. Well, I'm an important White House office staff member. I might get jumped on. So you ain't that important. Insult a black person like you've been doing, you probably will get jumped on. And Simone Sanders the same way. Sitting up here looking like Herman the Monster's sister.
If we use it, we can change lives.
You can change lives. You can change lives when you do use it. The problem is, how are you going to get it? You know what I'm saying? I used to sell Kirby vacuums back in the day, and man, that vacuum was awesome. But you know, son, they had me going knocking on doors in buildings that had hardwood floors. And yeah, it could pick up dust and stuff like that, but most people were like, nah, I ain't got that much use for a Kirby. And you haven't shown me a use for a Kirby. And no matter how important our vote is, and no matter what it can do, you don't show the use for it. You want it, but you're not willing to use it for the reason why we decide to give it to you. Look at her face. She's nervous. She look like she's about to cry. Please, black people, get back out there and hit the polls again. Please. They're going to put you back in chains. That's what Joe Biden said. They're going to put y'all back in chains.
Don't forget that.
Look at her. She hollering. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. It's important. Don't forget that. Let me tell you something. No, I'm going to say it now. Let me tell you something, Simone. I would say eyeball to eyeball, but right now it's eyeball to breast. Breast to eyeball. Let me tell you something. Cause God, them giants are all in my face. God, dog. Now I'm a man that can appreciate a nice set. I really can. But good God Almighty, man, look like you kidnapped two human beings and prop their heads right there. I can't. You killing these people. You smothering them. Let me go back to what she's saying. Let me be serious for a second. Let's listen to what she's saying.
Vote is the most precious and important tool we have.
I hope you understand that, Simone. I hope President Biden understand that. I hope everybody running for office in the midterm understand that. Our vote is the most precious things that you have. Not us. What you have. We know the value of the vote. That's why we place a high value on it. And that's why we saying, if you want this, what you gonna do to get it? We don't slut vote no more. I talked about that. I trademarked the word slut vote. You ain't got no relationship. You don't know who this person is. You just going in the voting booth, hitting D, hitting R. You don't know nothing about these people. That person could have even though a Democrat, have a high conviction rate of locking up black people for some of the dumbest reason. Kamala Harris in California as district attorney and as attorney general. Democrat, but did so much locking up of innocent black people and did whatever she could to keep them in there for small things like fighting forest fires. So we know the importance of voting. And for you to sit there and act like people who are holding their vote or may do a protest vote or saying no black agenda, no vote, or those people who actually not walking around like Pied Pipers straight to the voting booth voting with nothing behind it. For you to think that is asinine of you. People who are thinking this way know exactly how valuable their vote is. They know how powerful the vote is because they've seen how that power has been putting people in office for decades and ain't doing getting them, and that those people ain't doing nothing in return. At least when you invest in the stock market, you can expect some kind of return. It may not be the number that you want, but you'll get something. It might go from $7 to $8 and drop back to $6, but at least it peaked to $8. And right now, black people have been investing their votes in fools, and no matter what the party is, and get nothing in return. Nothing. Nothing. That stops. You got a more smarter, intellectual crowd of voters. You got savvy voters. They can go to Ballotpedia. They can check your record. They can check your voting record. They can check your congressional record. They can check what laws you voted on, what laws you support, what wars you supported. They can check that. And when they say, ew, I can't believe I voted for them, I wouldn't dare do it again, and you come and say, vote for them again, you look like a damn fool. Boy, I hope my mama don't see this video. I hope my pastor don't see this. You look like a fool. This is not voting in the 90s and in the 80s. This is voting in 2020 during the information age. We know you politicians. We know what you all about. We know your past. We know your present. And we know how you get down. We know you're a faker. We know you're a fraud. So we call it out before you get elected and you get mad. And the people that support you get mad. Nina Turner. Every time I turn around, you tweeting a progressive thing. But you don't tweet one demographic or one issue concerning the black community. And you're a black woman in one of the blackest districts in Ohio. Marcel Dixon lost his first campaign, but at least he talked about a car program for people who can't afford a car. At least he talked about that. At least he talked about plans to get back for black people to get their land back, like they're doing in Africa. At least he talked about that. And he does believe in Medicare for all and all that kind of stuff too, but he believes in reparations. These people know how valuable. These people need your vote. But they expect you to just give it to them for free. They've been getting it all this time. Look, let me tell you something. After a while, when a man don't show appreciation, and I mean show, I'm not just say it, but demonstrate it for his lady, after a while it's going to get tired. And the first man to come and appreciate that woman, she'll be tempted. She may not do it, but at least she'll be tempted. But if he keep neglecting her and keep neglecting her and keep neglecting her, same thing with the woman and the man. See, back in the day, we used to raise our daughters. Stay true to yourself and make sure you get somebody that's worthy of you. You're special. You're prized. You're valuable. If somebody wants some of that poom poom, they got to pay for it. If somebody want to be in a relationship with you, they got to invest. Let me stop saying pay for it. You want your daughter a prostitute? Nah, you know what I mean. If they want it, they got to invest in you. Other than that, don't give them the time of day. But if they show interest and they start showing before the committed relationship, by investing in you, taking you out to dinner, taking you out here, blessing you with this, not expecting it in return, but they know how valuable you are, so they do whatever they can to show the value back. Then your dad say he's a keeper. I approve of him. Even I approve of him. If you don't approve of him, then I got a problem with you because he treats you good. It's the same way in politics, man. Stop allowing these people to get the good, your most precious, valuable vote from you, and they don't see value in you. Well, I bought you a hamburger, girl. What's up with the night? I put cheese on it. What's up with the night, girl? I ain't gonna buy you another hamburger. And then you get mad because she go home and you ain't get none. Nigga, you bought me a hamburger, man, with a cheese, and it wasn't even, it was $1. Is that the value that you see in me? Look, I ain't gonna front. Back in the day. Look, hey, if I can get it for $1, I get it for $1. But I didn't understand the value till later. It's no different. And here she is, say, vote, 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 vote. She's saying we know how valuable. I hope you know how valuable and precious you are. My question is to Simone and the people that she's trying to back up, because she's on a Democratic news network, CNN or MSNBC. She's on Democratic News Network telling us how valuable our vote is. Girl, we know how valuable our vote is. You know how valuable our vote is. So you know how, and you know that we've waken up to the power and the value of our vote, and we're not giving it all willy-nilly. You're going to have to come to the table. Let her finish this.
If we use it, we can change lives.
Yeah. If we use it, we can change lives. So if you, and that's the problem is, you want to use it, but you don't change lives. And when you use it, you don't change lives for the people who give it to you the most. So miss me with that stuff. All this commercial, script-written MSNBC commercial. Miss me with that mess. You know exactly how valuable our vote is. We know exactly how valuable it is more than you. And that's why we're saying it's so valuable to us that if you want to get this vote, since we've been putting y'all in office for umpteen years and getting nothing in return, if you want this vote this year, you coming to the table or you ain't getting nothing. So if you lose, you can't look at us. It's because you were too stubborn to do what you need to do to get my vote. Just like that girl said, the reason you lost me is because you were too stubborn to do what you need to do to keep me. I didn't ask for much. This is what I asked from you. You come give me this old Mickey Mouse ring. You couldn't even give me a $200 ring from Zales. And you come give me the old Mickey Mouse ring that you got a Cracker Jack box. You don't show value in me. You want to get something for nothing. And I'm not a slut. I'm not a whore. And I'm not a pimp. A pimp will have you out there giving it all up and take most of your money. Well, I put a roof over your head that fed you. Nah, I can do this on my own. I don't need a pimp to make money. I start me an OnlyFans account and do my thing.
Don't forget that. Do your research. Pull back the layers. Ask the questions. But at the end of the day, make sure you go to that.
We do our questions. We do our research. And we ask the question. And at the end of the day, we see so many foul, disgusting, lying sons of a gun, and you still say at the end of the day, go to the poll and vote for them? Girl, if you don't get out my doggone face, I'll go to the poll, but I'd rather put in Mickey Mouse. Because when I went to Disney World, at least he gave me a hat with ears.
That ballot box and vote.
Lame behind woman. So you gonna get this stuff for the next 3 years. News media heads, politicians pointing a finger at you, trying to tell you how important your vote is, like you don't know. Girl, I know how important my vote is more than you. Do you know how important my vote is? Do you realize this will give you power or take away your power? Do you realize your career as a politician is over if I can get enough people like me to think like me, to vote or to not vote? Do you realize I have the power to make you or break you? As Malcolm X said, the black vote has the power to send you Strong Thurman back to the racist field of North Carolina, or send LBJ back to the oil fields of Dallas, Texas, or send you to the White House. I have the power to do that. Do you know I have the power to do that? Do you understand I have the power to do that? Then if you do understand that, you need to meet me at this table, because this thing ain't free no more. You've been looking out for everybody and their mama but black people. You've been looking out for animals over black people. That stops. And don't get mad, because we got an army of sophisticated voters that treat this militarily and strategically, if that's a word, and tend to use our vote that way. So don't look at us. Don't send us no freaking commercial telling us what we should do. And no, you need to go talk to your peoples. You need to talk to your former White House staff in the Harris organization and the Biden organization. You need to go holler at them. Stop hollering at us. I'm so sick and tired of y'all coming to us, talking to us like we don't know. You go talk to them. You holler at your boy and stay up out of our face.